Water. It's one of our most important natural resources. It is our gift, our challenge, and our personal responsibility to manage the effect we have on this vital resource. This program is about what you can do to help in the efforts to better manage stormwater and, in the process, preserve our Illinois River and Peoria lakes for generations to come. It's hard to imagine today, but thousands of years ago, what is now the Tri-County area was completely underwater. Many of the cities and towns were built on land that doesn't drain efficiently on its own. Further development in these areas created numerous hard surfaces, which minimized the opportunity for rainwater to be absorbed into the ground. As a result of inadequate stormwater management, we have seen increased flooding and pollution. Positive steps toward a solution to these problems are being taken to comply with the new regulations enacted by the Environmental Protection Agency, requiring us to better manage our stormwater systems. Local governing bodies are working on adapting policies and procedure to manage our stormwater systems more effectively.
Hi, I'm Terry Colbus, the Executive Director of the Tri-County Regional Planning Commission. We've been working with the area's governmental leaders to help coordinate efforts to clean up our Illinois River. We'll hear more about those plans later, but first a brief lesson in history and geology to help you understand the issues involved. It wasn't until the 19th century that city officials began to confront their growing stormwater problems. Miles and miles of storm sewers and drainage ditches were constructed to begin managing the stormwaters, and most of those original systems are still in use today. Here's a simplified explanation of how these storm sewer systems work.
When it rains, some of the water is absorbed into the ground, while the other water flows into ditches and storm sewers that direct the water to local creeks, streams, and ultimately the Illinois River. In some areas, sewage and stormwater are carried together in combined sewers. When there are heavy rains and large snowmelts, these systems are designed to overflow the combined contents. If not operated properly, these systems can cause serious pollution problems. The water that is not absorbed into the ground can also carry with it street and yard litter, lawn and garden chemicals, and even motor oil, antifreeze, and anything else it picks up along the way, polluting the water as it travels. These pollutants cause a serious threat to our environment and destroy healthy habitats. Over the past decade, we have researched, developed plans, and have been dealing with the massive volumes of silt being deposited in our river. Silt has been choking the Illinois River for a century. The river and backwaters have become much shallower, which reduces its value for recreational boating and fishing. The Department of Natural Resources has begun operations for dredging sediment from the Illinois River and using it for habitat development or landscaping soil. These projects will have huge benefits to our local communities in the Tri-County area. One of the main sources of silt is erosion from the banks of streams in our area. As we have grown and developed, we have paved over a significant area of land that once absorbed rainwater. Now, water flows quickly to the nearest stormwater drainage system and begins an accelerated journey toward the Illinois River. Along the way, the rushing water scours the stream banks. When the force of water disintegrates the continuity of the soil, it breaks away and travels downstream. Unprotected soil limits the ground's ability to absorb the rainwater. In areas of turbulent streams and water flow, rainwater that is not absorbed runs off at a faster rate than it did before. More and more water travels to a stream that no longer has the capacity to handle the increased amount. When the speed of the water eventually slows down, the eroded soil settles, causing siltation. One creek in the area is now 8 feet deeper than it was 15 years ago because of erosion. The siltation of the Illinois River is largely due to erosion of the soil. As we mentioned, the EPA has enacted strict regulations requiring us to better manage our stormwater systems. These regulations are commonly known as NPDES, or the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System. The basic underlying message: to eliminate pollution. Local government agencies are to comply with these regulations within 5 years, beginning in 2003. The program is anticipated to extend indefinitely into the future to help eliminate pollution. Specific urbanized areas defined by the Census Bureau are required to comply with the following EPA regulations. to create programs like this DVD for public outreach and education on the impact of stormwater and to increase public involvement, to detect and eliminate illegal waste dumping, to enforce an ordinance to better control the stormwater runoff of construction sites, such as employing silt fences, and to improve post-construction stormwater management. And last, but certainly not least, prevent pollution through good housekeeping during municipal operations. The EPA conducts programs such as these while striving to protect and enhance the quality of the state's surface waters. These programs are among the basic tools used to monitor and regulate wastewater discharges to Illinois streams and lakes. By collecting chemical, physical, and biological data, we can assess the quality of our water resources. Downstream water quality is a reflection of its upstream drainage. Almost all areas upstream have the potential to deliver a variety of pollution to their downstream water bodies. It is rare for any surface waters to be impacted by only one source of pollution. The goal of the EPA's NPDES program is to reduce water pollution. Field operation programs are being designed to detect and respond to violations of state and federal clean water laws and regulations. Our role as individual citizens is critically important. As storm water flows over our driveways, lawns, and sidewalks, it picks up debris, chemicals, dirt, and other pollutants that we've not dealt with. This water will flow into a storm sewer system or directly to a lake. Anything that enters a storm sewer system is discharged untreated into the water bodies we use for swimming, fishing, and providing drinking water. Polluted runoff is the nation's greatest threat to clean water. By practicing healthy household habits, homeowners can keep common pollutants like pesticides, pet waste, grass clippings, and automotive fluids off the ground and out of stormwater systems. Adopting these healthy household habits will help protect our river, lakes, and streams. Remember to share the habits with your neighbors. Use a commercial car wash, or wash your car on a lawn or other unpaved surface to minimize the amount of dirty, soapy water flowing into the storm drain and eventually into your local water body. Check your car, boat, motorcycle, and other machinery and equipment for leaks and spills. Make repairs as soon as possible. Clean up spilled fluids with an absorbent material like kitty litter or sand. And don't rinse the spills into a nearby storm drain. Remember to properly dispose of the absorbent material. Recycle used oil and other automotive fluids at participating service stations. Don't dump these chemicals down the storm drain. Try to use pesticides and fertilizers sparingly. When it is necessary, use these chemicals in their recommended amounts. Avoid using them if the forecast calls for rain. Otherwise, chemicals will be washed into your local stream. Sweep up yard debris rather than hosing down areas. Compost or recycle yard waste when possible. And remember not to sweep it into your nearest storm drain. Cover piles of dirt and mulch being used in landscaping projects to prevent these pollutants from blowing or washing off your yard and into local storm drains. And most importantly, get involved in local community service programs that are designed to help make the public aware of these kinds of simple and easy ways to prevent water pollution. You see, protecting the environment isn't just the responsibility of local government, business, and industry. As individual citizens, we all should do our part. We have the opportunity to safely dispose of common household hazardous wastes, to recycle aluminum cans, bottles, plastic, paper, and how about paint, oil, and tires? These may be items that you might not have considered before. We can also volunteer to help monitor the water quality of our river, lakes, and streams, and to help pick up trash along our waterways.
The people of the Tri-County area are proud of the precious gift their water resources represent, and they've accepted the challenge of safeguarding those resources and the responsibility as property owners to protect them from the devastating effects of flooding and pollution. Help us be a part of a healthy environment by reducing pollution and erosion and improving the communities we live in.